Welcome to Teach and Testimony, the place where you are taught and messages and examples invade your thoughts. I am Natisha, your host. And today I'm not teaching you anything. We have special guest Saturday. And to my right, we have Mr. Life is Like Sports, who is the founder of Street Struck Motivators. Hello.
How you doing? How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, Mr. Life is Like Sports. Can you please share your personal story and what inspired you to start Street Struck Motivators?
Ooh. Personal story. Well, I went to high school, graduated, and then I went to Howard University right after high school.
Nice.
At 16 years old. So I lasted at Howard a few years. Then fell on financial hardships. Couldn't afford to pay the tuition for the next couple of years. Okay. Decided to come home. And that's when I got a pure taste of the streets. So when I left college, I found myself dwelling in the streets. And next thing you know, I found myself in a jail, in a prison. So after I got out of jail, that's when I knew that I wanted to stop other young men and women from making the same dumb decisions that I made. And I started Street Struck Motivators.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Helping someone not make the same mistakes you make.
Yes.
That's why I do what I do too.
Yes.
What does the name Street Struck Motivators mean to you?
Street Struck means just somebody that just been struck by the street. Just what it says, Street Struck. You know, we all dibble and dabble in the street at one time or another, you know, and whether it be gambling or, you know, whatever it might be. Some people rob, steal, kill, sell drugs, whatever it is, gamble, you know, whatever it is, you know, at some point in time, you're going to come encounter with the street. So, you know, street struck is for like people that got struck by the street, but not stuck in the street.
That's that part.
Yeah,
as long as you don't stay stuck, right?
For sure.
You fall down 7, you get up 8. Growing up, who or what were your biggest influences in shaping the person you are today?
Growing up, it was mainly sports that was looking up, sports people that I was looking up to. Single mother home, so it wasn't like a father figure there to kind of like look up to. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, you know, those sports guys. And outside of that, when I got a little older, like my teenage years, as I started reading the Bible, I started looking up to like Job and Joseph. Those like low key, like
Amen.
Those were my role models, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't really speak about those type of things when you would run around the streets, you know what I'm saying? So, but those were my role models, Job and Joseph.
Yeah.
Because the story was just so incredible.
If people knew about Job and Joseph before they hit the streets, they might not have hit the streets if they knew.
and that's another thing.
Yeah.
And as I'm trying to find understanding and reading the Bible, and you see a lot of these people, they were street struck.
Yeah.
Paul, right? Before he had another name, right?
Saul.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys were doing things in the streets before they came to find their faith in the Most High.
Finding Christ.
Mm-hmm.
What challenges have you faced in your own life that motivated you to help others? So I know you did speak about having to go to jail at some point. Are there any other challenges that you faced?
Oh yes, plenty of them. Mountains of challenges. One thing, when the devil come for you, he wants your soul. You gonna go through some challenges now. You know what I'm saying? When you carry that light, you're gonna go through some challenges and tribulations.
You better talk about it.
So I was injured a long time ago. I had a sports injury. So trying to come back from that was like one of the biggest challenges I had, because I love sports. I wanted to play sports. You know, I actually wanted to go to college on sports. Yeah. But my knee blew out, and trying to get back from an ACL and a medial lateral meniscus injury was the hardest challenge I had to do. You know, my one leg was literally this big after surgery, you know what I mean? So I had to like build it back up, learn how to walk again, you know, all that type of stuff.
Well, I thank God for your recovery. Like, I'm glad that you're fine now.
Sure.
Good.
And also I had to overcome the challenge of, making, I made a baby and not a family. So I had to overcome the challenges of the repercussions of that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, because we making babies and not families. You don't get the same type of support, the same type of love, the same type of mental support. None of that is the same. So, that was a hard challenge. To be honest with you,
I feel like that's a whole podcast session sermon in itself.
Yeah.
To tell others that of how not to keep creating, like how to create families and not.
We definitely create families and not just kids.
Yeah, like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What is the mission of Street Struck Motivators?
Well, our mission is we here to inspire, empower, and renew the minds of our youth, and adults. There's no limit to or age restriction. We're here to empower our people. We are the people and we're here for the people. So.
Okay. Who is your target audience and what kind of impact do you hope to make in their lives?
Man, we don't have no target. Everybody's the target audience. Anybody walking in on this earth is the target audience, right? Everybody need that juice. Everybody need that sauce of empowerment. Everybody needs that fresh thought of staying strong, and holding on. And that's what we believe, Strangers done pick me up on many a days. And I don't mean like give me a ride, pick me up. I mean, pick me up emotionally, spiritually,
Indeed.
Somebody you walk by and they just say something nice to you or kind to you, or just, those kind words go a long way.
I agree. Like I've met some strangers who I've never seen again, but like the impact they have in my life, just having a conversation with them is like, it's awesome.
Yes.
Can you walk us through some of the programs, workshops, or services you provide? I see we have the positive self-affirmations workbooks right here. Yes. This is the positive self-affirmation workbook, volume 1. And we also have the positive self-affirmation sports edition workbook, the first edition right here. So can you walk us through like services and other things that you provide?
Yeah, for sure. So when we first started Street Struck Motivators, we were doing team parties.
Okay.
All right. So we were doing team parties and for maybe a few years. Mm-hmm. So then, technology changed, time changed, from 2016 to, here now 25. So after we did the parties, we went to the educational parties where it was like trivia. So we have parties, we ask trivia questions. So the kids answer right, they get money and gifts and things like that. Then we went to the back to school programs and after school programs, basketball clinics, after school programs. And then nowadays, 25, we have the workbook, the I Am workbook.
Nice. I have my workbook, guys. I have 2 workbooks. I have these workbooks. So what makes Street Struck Motivators different from other motivational or coaching businesses?
Well, what makes us different, and I don't even know what nobody else do, is that, we got it. And, we got the sauce from experience. We're not telling you nothing that we haven't been through. We ain't telling you nothing we heard about. We giving you all facts, all truth. Sometimes it might sound funny or be a harsh pill to swallow, but we giving you the true elements that you need to succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Because you already lived it.
Yes.
Indeed.
And not just from a street aspect, academically, but we do come from an aspect of Street Struck because once you leave your home or that school environment, you're in the land of the sharks now. So you got to know how to move. You got to know how to carry yourself. And you got to know how to process what's going on around you. So
survival of the fit.
Survival. Yeah, we definitely teach survival tactics.
Okay.